Hey, welcome to day 4 of this 15 days of sharing challenge. It's the weekend. Welcome to Saturday. Exciting. Weekends are always this weird situation for me of do I work, don't I work? Um, Lately I've been trying to tell myself that I could work on Saturday, study, do what ever I have to do, and then Sunday I'm going to try to leave open for maybe I'll work if I feel like it. If not, then I can spend the entire day laying on the couch watching TV with the kids and be okay with that. It's a little bit hard to be okay with that, but that's definitely something I've been focusing on. But, anyways, that is not the topic for today. Today, I want to talk about external validation. Now, there are two sides to this coin, in my opinion, in my view. There's an ugly side of external validation, and then there's a healthy side to it. And the ugly side would be when your self-worth is tied up in external validation, where you need likes on your social media and tons of attention and tons of praise from people and all these external sources for your self-worth. And then the other side of that coin is where it's not tied to your self-worth, but there's a small group of people, a few people in your life that you can go to, run ideas by, kind of get a reality check. So it's more of like, hey, like how am I doing? And then you get that honest feedback. So it's not this like, oh my gosh, I feel like crap and I have no self-worth and I need to go to this person and tell me to make me feel better. This is more of, hey, I'm doing this thing and I really need to know like how I'm doing, what's good about it, what's bad about it. So for me, I would say somewhere in the middle or kind of fall between the two, depending on the day. And this is actually good news because I used to be all the way on the ugly side of external validation, where I've had zero self-worth. It's something I've always struggled with, is having this intrinsic mechanism of saying you're doing a good job and you are worthwhile and you do have self-worth. Can't say that word. And I always needed this external validation. Okay, well, am I better than that person? And am I getting praise for this? Or does it seem like I'm doing a good job? And if I didn't have any of that in my life, then I'd really just fall apart of like, well, I must be horrible. I'm a terrible person. I'm terrible at this. And I would say over the years, I have started to build this internal mechanism to know that, hey, yeah, I'm doing a good job, or not, basically having self-worth and not needing all these external things to fill me and to make me feel worthwhile. A lot of this in part has been from my wife. She has helped me so much in this area of just believing in myself and developing my own self worth. She has been absolutely instrumental, and as well as my really good friend, he's helped me a ton with this too. And I've started to build this little network of a few people that I'm starting to trust and starting to believe what they say. If they say I'm doing a good job, if they say I'm not. Over the years, I've gotten like positive and negative feedback from them, where it checked out, it became reality, it made sense, and internally I've started to trust them. It's not that I never did trust them, but like I mentioned in one of the earlier videos where I have trouble believing that people love me. Well, it's the same thing where I have trouble believing that when people tell me something like, "Hey, no, you did a good job," or they gave me any sort of feedback, I would have trouble trusting it and be like, well, they're just saying that because they're my friend, or they're just saying that because she's my wife. But now, through the years, and lately, especially the last probably 2 or 3 years, I've really been trying to pay attention to the words that these few people are saying, and checking them out, and trying to push away my own self-talk, and realizing that what they're saying is true. And that also plays into it, because they are giving me negative feedback. Well, they're giving me constructive feedback as well, so I know that they're not just telling me good things just because they're my friend, or they care about me, or they're my wife. So yeah, so external validation, that's been a huge one for me, and it's still very sensitive, very fine line for me to walk, and which makes stuff like this really hard, putting stuff out there, um, doing my photography, because when there's bad or good things that come from it, there's a huge temptation for me to want to put my self-worth into, well, how are people responding, what are they saying, am I getting likes, whatever the case may be. And it's a really tough temptation to want to go look all the time, oh my gosh, did I get another like, or did somebody comment, or what do the metrics look like. And I know for me, I have to just kind of ignore all of that and just let it go, and just do what I want to do what I know is either right, or what is just this fire inside of me of something that I have to do, and just do it, and not worry about all that other stuff. Until I think I have a healthier relationship with these external voices coming in, until I can have a fully healthy relationship and stop teetering back and forth or walking that line. I think I just need to ignore them and only trust these few people, and to go to them for that feedback and that criticism. So external validation, it's a tough one for me. I've definitely been on the I need it for self-worth, and there have been days where I'm like, I could give a crap about that. Um, I believe in myself. So there's been huge improvement in this area. This is one area that I've seen improvement in, and actually a lot of improvement, even though I have so much further to go. All right, well, it's Saturday, so I hope you enjoy your Saturday. Do something fun, do something constructive, whatever you want to do. Sleep all day if you need to. All right, have a good day.